Hello everybody, welcome to another tarot reading. So today we are going on ahead and taking a look at the month of July in 2021. So it feels like June has gone by so fast. I don't know about you. I don't know why. It could be the retrograde. It could be all the chaotic stuff that have happened in June. But it definitely feels like June lasted for exactly 1 week instead of 4 weeks. So June definitely feels like it went by so quick. But we're going to be taking a look ahead at the month of July and doing kind of an in-depth look at the overall energies and the messages that are going to be in your July 2021. As well as how it fits into the overall story of your life throughout 2021 as a whole. So we have got our 3 piles here, our 3 in-depth piles. So take a moment to observe which pile you would like to pick. So the first pile, we have got our lovely smoky quartz tower in all of her glory. The second pile, we have got our selenite crystal ball. And for the third pile, we have got our lovely, chaotic but intricate quartz cluster, our white quartz cluster. So take a moment. I would suggest really picking no more than 1 pile. These are kind of in-depth readings and you don't really want to get the message, have the message get muddled. So take a moment to figure out exactly which one you want to pick and let's get started. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome. You guys chose our lovely smoky quartz tower here. So smoky quartz is a crystal. Smoky quartz is all about grounding. Grounding and focus and kind of working with that root chakra and getting your energies calm and stabilized and steady. Smoky quartz is a great crystal to work with if you have ADD or ADHD. I absolutely do. Or if you're prone to like dissociation or overthinking or anxiety in general, smoky quartz is all around a really good stone to work with those energies. So definitely recommend bringing some of that energy into your July 2021. The June that we just went through was a little bit chaotic. I think it was really good for some people, but I think it was a little bit chaotic. So definitely getting some grounding, some resting energy. As I'm filming this, literally tomorrow is the start of Cancer season. Gemini season was a little bit chaotic, a little bit crazy. We had all that eclipses going around. So just really taking a deep breath and resting and getting some good healing energy and some good grounding and focusing energy. I really see for you guys, not just grounding and resting, but also really focusing and getting to work on some of your goals and your dreams that you've been kind of trying to work for in your 2021 and maybe haven't quite had a chance to do so yet. So that's kind of the energy I'm getting. So we're going to stick her up here while we get started. So the first cards we're going to pull are going to be your overall energy forecast for your July 2021. So this is my Mystic Mondays deck, and Mystic Mondays for me, this particular deck is often used when I'm working with my own personal power. So personal power really seems to be a big theme for this month. So definitely taking a look at what you can do to bring out your own personal power and maybe places that your personal power has been a little lacking. So that's definitely something we're going to be looking at as we are going into July. So first off, we got Queen of Cups in reverse. Starting out strong, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really just getting the message of what emotions have you not been dealing with? What feelings, what just overall emotions and feelings and opinions about a situation or a place or a thing. What have you really not been dealing with and processing? Because I have a feeling that's a big key to bringing back some of your power this month, is working through some of those feelings. We've got 9 of Wands. All right, so we've got that. And then we've got the King of Cups. I'm just going to go ahead and pull these and then we're going to get into what in particular they're all talking about. We got 7 of Wands in reverse. We've got the Sun, all in her golden glory up there. Three of Cups, that's a good, okay, so we started out a little bit, maybe not negative, but we started out a little bit with a struggle here, but we're ending on a good note. Then we got the Devil in reverse. Yes. Yes, good energy going into July. Definitely seeing good energy, good recovery here. Okay, so with this Nine of Wands here, the Nine of Wands is definitely indicating that you are really close to overcoming a lot of the challenges and setbacks that you've been facing throughout this year. So definitely with that whole like getting down to work energy, I'm definitely seeing maybe you've got a goal that you've been trying to pursue or something you've been trying to start or just some sort of challenge that you've been attempting to overcome this year, and you're almost there. You've almost made it. Just keep going. You are right at that very edge here. And we got the King of Cups here. I'm really seeing with this, I'm seeing that maybe the thing keeping you from reaching that final stretch of your goals is that reverse Queen of Cups energy. Maybe there are some emotions you haven't been dealing with. Maybe there's some feelings that have got you really set back in this situation. And so working through those feelings, you know, gaining mastery over those feelings, and not just working through them, but gaining mastery over them. And what I mean by that is that working through your feelings kind of just involves you feeling them and processing them and understanding where they're coming from. But mastering your feelings means processing and working through them to such a degree that they no longer hold power over you. You're in harmony with them, you're synchronized with them, you allow yourself to experience emotions how you need to, but they don't run your life and they don't control who you are and your decisions. And really kind of like getting into just really taking the reins on where you're going from here and allowing your feelings to empower you instead of drive you. And with the Seven of Wands in reverse, that's like territorial, letting go, struggling to maintain your territory. I'm really seeing just that you need to work through your feelings and really gain mastery of them and really just let go. There's a lot of things you've been defending and fighting for and fighting against that is kind of you running around in a circle and kind of expending your energy on things that no longer need to be expended. And maybe all of the eclipse season has really agitated a lot of stuff in you. And I'm really kind of seeing that there's a lot of old attachments and old behaviors and old thought patterns and lifestyles that you really just need to let go of. You need to release that, surrender it to spirit, you know, just let go, that final act of releasing. Retrograde period technically doesn't end until, you know, I think later in June, but basically, or not retrograde, I apologize, this eclipse season doesn't end till later in June, but just allow that eclipse energy to help you finally purge and let go of some of those things that you've been holding on to that maybe you don't necessarily need to be gripping so tightly to anymore. And once you do that, the Sun, you will achieve that goal, you will achieve that harmony, you will achieve that whatever it is you've been pushing for, whether it's a creative endeavor or a new job or just whatever that goal is that you've been looking for, you are going to get there. And you are going to have positive relationships. Those emotions are going to overflow, all that joy, all that fun, and a lot of maybe the mental health struggles that you've been experiencing, whether you've been experiencing anxiety or doubt or depression, you are going to be freed from a lot of that and freed from a lot of the traps that have been sort of set up in your mind over this whole situation. So you guys are looking good in the month of July. This is really, really good, and definitely some good advice, I think, to kind of help you. It feels like you're kind of at this hump where you're just trying to get over that last hump so you can finally get there and you can finally achieve what you've been looking for. And this is definitely telling you that you're almost there. You just got to put in a little bit more work with yourself and a little bit more work with your emotions, and you will be right at that doorstep to achieve what you have been looking for this whole time. So we're going to pull a few of my astrological oracle cards so we can take a look at sort of the overall energies of the month of July for you guys. We've got Pisces, intimacy, intuition, and compassion. So definitely feeling some good that water sign energy. Be sensitive. Let yourself be sensitive and open to spirit, and sensitive and open to what's in the world around you. Maybe that's not been an easy thing for you in the past, but just kind of open yourself up to that wonder and that joy. Pisces is a very wide-eyed dreamer type energy, and so definitely letting yourself really process and see all of the magic for the world and what it is, and really let yourself enjoy this process and enjoy this process of feeling. We've got house 8, transformation, karma, facing fears and legacies. Maybe some of the work that you've been doing, this goal that you've been looking to achieve, maybe it is wrapped up in some generational stuff. Maybe there's kind of some generational traumas you've been working through, or generational curses that you're overcoming, that by achieving your goal, you will be working through those generational traumas. Whether that's achieving the goal, working through the generational trauma is achieving the goal, or you're having to work through your generational traumas in order to achieve the goal, whichever that one may be. But definitely facing those final fears, final feelings, and achieving that transformation, and really changing fate for yourself in a really big way. And kind of working through a lot of generational karma is really what I'm seeing here. And then Leo. Self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. So yeah, the sun energy right there. You are going to come out the month of July feeling good about yourself, about where you're at in life, and kind of all the things ahead of you moving forward. So these are some exciting cards. You guys really, you have worked for this, and your hard work is definitely paying off, and that is definitely something for you to be really proud of. So the next cards that we are going to pull are going to be a few of my Enchanted Map Oracle cards. These cards are going to talk a little bit about how the month of July is going to be fitting into sort of your overall life path in 2021, and the sort of story your life is telling in 2021. So we've got the Wishing Well. We've got Rescue. Ooh. We've got Magic Stream. And then we've got Cleaning House in reverse. So the Wishing Well talks about manifestation, but it specifically talks about manifestation and kind of the joy of creation. Not just manifesting in the traditional understood sense of manifesting of, thinking up exactly what you want and envisioning it and trusting the spirit to bring it to you, like that kind of manifesting. Wishing Well is a lot more exciting and magical than that. I'm definitely tapping into that Pisces energy. Wishing Well is far more about just dropping a coin in the well and wishing for the wildest thing you could hope for, and watch as spirit brings that to life for you. Wishing Well definitely talks about, think about what you want, just whatever you would choose in your wildest dreams, and drop that coin into that well and watch spirit bring it to you. And really, tap into that joy and that excitement and that magic, and dream really big, because spirit is going to bring that wish to you. And the more happy and the more fun you can have while making that wish, the more effective that manifestation is going to be for you, because the next card talks about rescue. So maybe one of the things you've been manifesting, maybe the goal that you've been working towards, is some sort of escape from a negative situation. Lord knows 2020 was an absolute dumpster fire, and a lot of us got involved in really intense situations that were very difficult for all of us. And so maybe the thing that you've been manifesting is going to get you out of that negative situation, whether it's a terrible job, or a home situation or a living situation that you're not, so keen on, to even maybe in bad financial situation, something to that effect. Whatever you're wishing for, spirit is going to rescue you out of that situation. So by making that joyful wish, by envisioning exactly what your passions is and what your heart desires, spirit is going to bring that to you, and spirit is going to rescue you out of your current situation. And spirit really wants you to think about, with Magic Stream, spirit really wants you to think about the fact that life is not a series of separate events that happen unconnected from each other. It's more than everything happens for a reason. It's that everything flows into each other. So experiences that you've had in the past dictate your present, dictate your future. So everything is kind of this one magical river that is all flowing together. And your life path and the experiences that you have come from have all been for a reason, and they have all been part of this flow, and your future is part of this flow as well. And if maybe you've been feeling a little worried about your future and a little worried about the future might hold, Spirit is really encouraging you to approach it with joy, knowing that, you know, what happened to you in the past has led you here, and where you are now is going to lead you to your future, and it is all one part of one, you know, huge magic flowing stream. And everything's really interconnected. And the last card we have here for the, you know, how it fits into your life is the cleaning house in reverse. And definitely with this card, Spirit's talking about, you know, is there anything you need to let go of? Clearly you are the one who is breaking a generational curse of some kind. You are working through some kind of generational curse in your family, and there is something you need to let go of, whether it's, you know, and talk about that reverse 7 of Wands there, letting go, whether it's a negative belief or a negative viewpoint about the world or about yourself, or even if it's something physically negative. Maybe you're holding on to an object that reminds you of that family trauma, or maybe like paraphernalia, like pictures or like old toys from when you were a kid. Maybe there's something that you need to let go of because those things are no longer serving you, and they kind of have a toxic, stagnating energy. Because whenever you clear out space for that kind of thing, Spirit will bring you new things to come into your life. Anytime you clean house and clear space, whether that's clean house of ideas or clean house of physical objects, you open up new space for Spirit to bring you new things. So that's why cleaning is a good thing, is you open up for new energy to come in. So I'm definitely getting kind of the exciting message here that if you open up that space for Spirit's going to bring you some new stuff in. And that's really exciting and really fun. So that's something to look forward to. And so we've got, so now we're going to get into some advice cards. So these are some advice cards from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. So we're going to get a little bit into those. So we've got, where are you being called to journey to? Definitely I'm really feeling with that magic stream that you're on this journey. And I think Spirit's really encouraging you to sit back and take a moment to think about where you've come from and where you're going, and kind of how that life path is flowing, and kind of following that flow instead of maybe resisting things and fighting things a little more. It's all about tapping into your emotions this month. So tapping into that intuition, following that lead that Spirit's giving you, that flow, definitely doing that. And dance with life, do something to change your energy. So definitely tapping into that joy energy, tapping into that flowing and those feelings. Find your flow is really kind of what I'm hearing in this. Find the things that make your life run smoothly, that flow state where you're going from thing to thing and enjoying what you're doing and enjoying your time, and making sure your routine matches with what brings you the most energetic harmony, if that makes sense. Got the Age of Light. You've been training for this for a lifetime. So yeah, I'm definitely getting all that karma, that fate. You are working on changing your fate right now and changing it from that toxic generational chains mentality to what your true life path is on this earth. You're really working on changing your fate from what they told you you could be to who you truly are. And that is sort of a huge thing for you. And we've got the Pilates, double mission, if I pronounce that right, Pilates. I do not know as much about starseeds as I would like, but yes, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So you really are on a life path here to help others, but really I'm getting the feeling that you cannot help others until you learn to help yourself. And while this is a very difficult, some of the lessons and the things you might have been going through are very difficult and very hard to swallow sometimes, they are huge on your path to learning to heal others. And you had to go through those yourself, and you had to experience those things yourself in order to be able to turn around and assist other people with going through the same things. So the very last set of cards we've got here is we have got my White Numen deck to give you a surprise message, a mystery message, if you will. That's not exactly my wording. This deck is a little sassy and likes to demand that I use him pretty frequently. And so he wants to deliver a mystery message, whatever that means, before we get to that final message. So first card we've got with that is Two of Cups. So definitely we've got that Two of Cups energy, that Cups energy we've been feeling, all of these emotions and intuition and everything. We've got Six of Pentacles. We've got Six of Wands. Definitely big on those journey vibes, journeys and emotions. We've got Page of Pentacles. All right, here we go. Picking up steam. We've got Justice. Ooh, I'm definitely seeing a really interesting... We're gonna have to see where these cards keep going with this, but I'm seeing a really interesting story being told here of you tapping into your emotions and your intuition. So kind of dancing with your intuition, dancing with life. Starting out on a journey, being confident, being grounded in who you are, continuing that journey and exploring new lands with that Six of Wands, and really, you know, finding your passion, finding your drive, becoming more confident in yourself, more grounded, evolving from the Six of Pentacles to the Page of Pentacles. He knows what he's about, and he is very confident and sassy on his journey. And then into Justice, where you really are kind of coming into your power and becoming a huge force of justice and power and strength, and a huge leader in the community. We've got the Magician. So really just tapping into that personal power, creating miracles, you know, just left and right. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing that life mission right there of, you know, starting your journey, growing into your power, becoming more confident, really becoming a leader in the community, a force for justice, a force for, you know, good in the world, and maybe bringing some harsh realities to some people sometimes, maybe being, you know, the bruiser character sometimes, of really having to lay down the law with some people sometimes, but then taking a step even beyond that and really starting to manifest and work your miracles until you become a really spiritual figure, maybe later in your life. Someone who brings huge spiritual guidance to people all over the world, all over your community, just really brings that guidance and that wisdom and those holy vibes to everyone. So I think your mystery message for this pile is what your future is. So that's exciting and very powerful, honestly. A lot of incredibly powerful messages here. So we are almost done. We've just got a little last commentary from my Notes from the Universe deck. So just remember, most people are so beguiled by your charm, awed by your confidence, and inspired by your choices, they simply forget to say thank you, please, and I love you like crazy as often as they feel the urge. Let's not be one of those people. Thank you, please, I love you like crazy, the universe. Most people are just trying to survive. Ooh. Well, I think you guys are going to have a really exciting July. I think it's really exciting to see that you guys are really starting to step into your own power and step into who you are becoming, and that you have so much to look forward to. I know coming out of 2020, a lot of us didn't really have a lot to look forward to. I know I didn't. So this is really good. I mean, I know that next year's astrology is going to be incredible, and I really see that you're going to start stepping into some of this in your life in the next 6 months to the next year. So thank you, pile number one. That was your reading. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you guys next time. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. You guys picked the selenite crystal ball. So selenite as a stone is a stone that is very well known for cleansing and purifying energy. And it also is known for working with the feminine organs specifically. You know, the womb, the uterus, those sorts of things. So just huge feminine energy and feminine vibes with this stone. It also is obviously a crystal ball. So crystal balls are meant for divination. They're meant for not just seeing the future, but seeing important spiritual messages and vibes. So definitely the huge energy that I'm getting from this reading is all about your feminine energy. And you do not have to be a woman, or you do not have to be female, or you don't have to have female parts in order to resonate with this reading. Everyone has both masculine and feminine energy inside of them, no matter your gender or gender orientation or physical sex. Everyone has both masculinity and femininity inside of them. Just you may have more of one than of another. So even if you are a man, this reading can still apply to you. Feminine energy is all about mysticism and mysteriousness and receptive energy. So feminine energy does not rush out and achieve things and doesn't push for an outcome. Feminine energy sits back and waits and allows spirit to channel through her. And feminine energy is also highly creative as well. So feminine energy is welcoming in abundance and welcoming in creativity and welcoming in spiritual messages and mysteriousness. Obviously it looks like a moon with its shape and everything, a full moon. And also, just a side note, full moon energy, it can also talk about working with your shadow self as well. So maybe some negative traits or aspects that are a little difficult to deal with sometimes. So yeah, that's sort of your reading or your energy, your crystal energy going into this reading is maybe working with that feminine energy a little bit in your month of July. So first, we are going to pull our tarot cards to sort of give an overall forecast of what this month is going to be like. Now, this is my Mystic Mondays deck, and these are the cards that I pull when I am looking at my personal power. Taking back my personal power, maybe where I'm giving away my personal power. So definitely the month of July is all about power for everybody. And then maybe feminine power as well. So first card we've got is the Star. So the Star is hope. The Star is magical energy. The Star is just everything wonderful and magical and sparkles and rainbows in the world. And connecting really with your higher self as well. That crown chakra, that spirituality, just all that good energy. So you have the Star, you've got strength. Okay, so you guys got some good energy coming your way this month. The Strength, the card is all about not just strength on the outside, but inner strength. True inner strength comes from peacefulness and comes from being settled in who you are and knowing who you are and what you're about and working with yourself with love and kindness. Definitely not, powerful brute masculine strength, but maybe a little more of that inner feminine strength of nurturing and caring for yourself and really being able to stay strong no matter what comes your way. Got the Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles talks about balance. Balance in your work life, in your home life, your spirituality, and your time in the physical world. Obviously abundance as well, and your finances. Definitely getting a huge, encouragement to find some balance in the month of July. Maybe if some things have been out of balance, working on bringing some things back more in balance. We've got Three of Pentacles. So Three of Pentacles is big creative energy, big sensuality energy. So Three of Pentacles is definitely speaking to the idea of really bringing out that creative drive, maybe working with your sacral chakra some. I'm kind of bringing that sexuality to the forefront. We've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, romance. Romance, whether a brand new creative idea that's exciting or a situation that's exciting or a new potential lover coming into your life as well. We got some romance, and then we've got, Ten of Wands. Okay, hold on. So we got Ten of Wands, and then we got Queen of Swords. Okay, gotcha. Hold on. Give me 1 second. We're going to reshuffle all these babies so they're all in line. So So definitely some incredible energy coming your way in July. Like, I am just so stunned by how incredibly positive all of this energy is of you know, the star energy of hope and spirituality and optimism and strength and the balance and the Two of Pentacles and the abundance in that, and the Three of Pentacles of the just that creative flow happening, and then the Knight of Cups, that romance. But all of that good, you know the phrase, like, too much of a good thing. There's so much good stuff coming into your life, you might get a little overloaded. Your schedule might get a little busy and a little overfilled, and you might get a little overwhelmed by everything that happens to you, trying to maintain the balance between all these things. I mean, it could be very well a bunch of spiritual things happen to you, and a new romance comes into your life, and you've got a creative project here and abundance there, and like trying to keep that all balanced might end up stressing you out a little bit. So definitely taking some time to yourself and to take care of yourself. Taking a breather where it's appropriate, sitting back, relaxing. I'm seeing with that reverse of the Queen of Swords, you might get a little mentally overwhelmed, and you might get a little more emotional and instinctual and a little less logical, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Just keep an eye on it. Try to keep from making some kind of impulsive decisions. Try to check yourself a little bit sometimes, because you might be acting from a little bit of a place of overwhelm instead of like a positive place, like a positive instinct, and try to like think out what you're doing a little bit more before than you actually go for it. But definitely might get a little overwhelmed, but a bunch of good stuff coming in. And I don't see the overwhelm being too much. Bunch of incredible stuff coming in. Just make sure to take some time, take a breather. Might get a little tired with trying to balance everything when everything is kind of going a little bit intensely. So we're gonna get some astrological oracle cards here to talk about the overall energies of the month ahead for you. So we've got Pluto, transform. So I am really seeing here that your life is about to transform in a really positive way. So not a negative, because I think a lot of people tend to associate Pluto and the death card and that kind of thing with death. And that's something that's very true. But as a Scorpio myself, who is ruled by Pluto, transformations are not necessarily always a bad thing. You can have a transformation where a bunch of really good stuff comes into your life, where your life could have been kind of mediocre or struggling a little bit, or you could have been like dealing with specific issues and things going on, and then all of a sudden something really positive, like overwhelmingly positive, comes in and completely blazes your life over, but it's a good way. Like, maybe you get a new job offer or a raise that completely restructures how you live your life, but now you're a little bit overwhelmed, but it's restructuring it in a good way. So there's definitely some huge transformational energy coming into the month of July, which is really exciting. Yeah, House 12, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. So yeah, you are about to get a really big upgrade button hit on your life. You are about to get way more into spirituality. You are about to overcome a lot of the things that you may have been really struggling with in the past. You are just really about to sort of go into hyperdrive, and really just a bunch of abundance and like blessings are about to start hitting you one after the other, and that's amazing. Maybe a little overwhelming, but also really, really amazing. And a lot of the things that Saturn is in retrograde right now. I know I've talked about it in every video at this point, but that's because it's having a big impact on my own life. And Saturn is the Lord of karma. And so when it goes into retrograde, the karma that you have developed in the last year comes back to hit you. And if you've been doing good work, you get good results. And if you've been doing bad work, you get negative results. And I really see that you guys have been putting in some really good work here to get some really positive results. And so all of those blessings are coming back to smack you square in the face. So that is really, really exciting. And then you have got House 9, spiritual growth. So again, huge spiritual energy this month. Huge spiritual energy. No matter what kind of religion you ascribe to or the way that you handle spirituality. If you're watching a tarot video, you're probably a specific type of person, but you are really going to be experiencing some huge spiritual growth this month. And maybe you're a spiritual person, but maybe you're not that spiritual. Maybe you don't do that much with spirituality and you're really about to start awakening to spirituality in maybe a way that you've never been before. Maybe you're really about to start experiencing it in a brand new way, and really just dive deep into everything that spirituality has to offer you, and growing as a person. I really see you experiencing a ton of growth this month, which that can stretch a little bit. Growth isn't always necessarily comfortable. It can sometimes be a little painful, a little stretching here and there as you're kind of becoming a new person. But I just really see this incredible spiritual growth ahead of you in the month of July. So we're going to move on here. We're going to get to your Enchanted map oracle cards. These are going to talk about how your month of July is going to be fitting in to the rest of your overall story of your life in 2021. So we've got making a choice in reverse. Interesting. We've got Wizard of Awareness. We've got Spirit of Place. And then we've got Strength in reverse. Okay, so when we're talking about making a choice in reverse, this card. So when we're talking about this card, we are talking about choice and the power of choice and the power of choosing. And a lot of really positive stuff is going to be coming into your life in July. I mean, just like an overwhelming, abundant shower, just so many good things coming in. And really the message that I'm getting here is that with that whole too much of a good thing and the struggle of being a little overwhelmed by everything happening, it sucks to have to say no to something that's good, but sometimes you need to make the best choice. So maybe there's two good things and you need to choose the best of them. I'm really hearing just that you need to make sure to hold space for yourself during this overshowering of blessings, especially if you've been coming from maybe not an easy place before all of this. It might feel really hard to pass up something that looks like a good option in favor of a better option. It might kind of suck to pass up a choice that seems like it would be good for you, especially when you're not used to having good options in front of you. But really holding space to make sure that you are getting what you want. And that, you know, if this new lover comes in and they seem to be perfect, but they've got some red flags, addressing those. You know, if you've got creative energy and you've got creative flow, but you're overwhelming yourself by staying up too late working on this creative project and it's really bringing a detriment to your life, learning to say no. I need to go to bed. I need to rest. Really just kind of with all this spiritual energy and like these blessings and energy flowing into your life, making sure that you're managing your life and making sure that it's not overwhelming you too much, saying no where it's appropriate, not going out where it's appropriate, taking time to rest where it's appropriate, saying, hey, I've got too much on my plate right now. I can't really take anything else right this second, where appropriate, you know, with the new love or passion. Hey, I can't go out with you 3 times a week. Like, it's amazing. I really want to spend all my time with you, but I'm very overwhelmed. And I need some space for myself and to work on other things. Just really holding space for yourself and making sure that you are not really getting bulldozed by everything. Because none of these things are bad things. It's just that too much of a good thing is too much of a good thing. And you want to make sure that you are holding space for who you are and what you need and being able to take a breather. And in that same vein, the Wizard of Awareness talks about the idea of detachment, and specifically mindfulness. And so mindfulness involves kind of removing yourself out of the moment, taking a step back from the situation and really examining it with full awareness. And so when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling like you're drowning underneath all of these positive things, very good things, positive things, just taking a step back, practicing mindfulness, practicing being in the moment, holding space for yourself, noticing your emotions, noticing how you feel and how you're truly reacting to things, and, you know, kind of getting a little bit of detachment from yourself and your experiences and sort of examining things in a calmer, more, I don't know, Zen light, we've got Spirit of Place as well. So Spirit of Place, with all the spiritual energy going on, I'm definitely getting a huge message here that you need to not just experience all these positive things, but also think about how they're going to fit into your life moving forward. So, you know, you're going through huge spiritual upgrades right now, and you're getting all these blessings for a reason, and maybe sitting back and thinking about what that reason would be. All these things are happening to you because they're meant to happen for you to evolve into the new person that you're going to become. So definitely sitting down and looking at the story of your life thus far and kind of seeing where spirit is starting to lead you, and really thinking about the motivations behind everything that is happening here. And then the last card we've got is that Strength card in reverse. This is not the same as the Tarot Strength card in reverse. This is more of a, when you are experiencing this, take some time out to self-care. Your body's exhausted, it needs rest. Definitely with this whole holding space for yourself thing, self-care, rest, do yoga, drink water, shower, really like nap, get enough sleep, just take care of yourself. Your body needs rest and it's overwhelmed. So definitely working on prioritizing that rest for yourself and that self-care where it's needed, so that you can fully enjoy all of these amazing things that are coming into your life, because you cannot fully enjoy your blessings if you are fried. So that's really the message that I'm getting here on that. So we're gonna move on to our Work Your Light Oracle deck. Gonna give you a little bit more advice and just information about the situation. Got Keepers of the Earth. You're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So definitely with you tapping into that spirituality this month, I'm seeing maybe you tapping into ancestor work, understanding who you are and where you came from, connecting more with Gaia and the earth and nature spirits, connecting more with your place in the world and ancient history, and, you know, your bloodline and what magics maybe was worked through your bloodline and what kind of magical roots you have, and just your history behind it all. And also that, you know, you are protected and you are guided, and you do have guides that are leading you down this road to learning all these things. You've got transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So yes, that spiritual transformation I'm talking about, you are right next to that Pluto card. You are going through a huge transformation, and you're going through it for a purpose and for a reason. And so that is just like hugely important to really metabolize and to allow this transformation to happen, and to resist it as little as possible. And why you need that rest and that self-care, because when you're going through a transformation, that's hard on you. So you definitely need to make sure you take care of yourself now and get that water, eat good, get that sleep. Really, it's important. And we got longing for home, belonging, and the original light workers. So maybe you're at a place in your life right now where you're really not with your soul tribe or your people that you really feel like you belong with. Maybe you are looking for those people, or maybe you haven't been looking for those people yet, but maybe you're gonna start looking for those people. Maybe you're starting to awaken to the fact that you are not with the people that you're supposed to be with, and that you're really gonna start opening your eyes and reaching out intuitively to see if you can't find that soul tribe and can't find those people that you're meant to be with. And lastly, we got leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. So yeah, definitely huge transformation and growth vibes here. Take that leap. Dive deep into that spiritual transformation, because some good stuff is going to be happening here. So we've got the next segment of our reading. This is my White Numen deck, and they wanted to give a mystery message. My White Numen deck is a little bit sassy and sometimes likes to just be like, pull me, and I'm not going to tell you why. So that's kind of where we're at here. So we got our mystery message here. We've got Seven of Cups. So I love this card's art, by the way. I mean, just look at how cute those fish are. I love them so much. They're just adorable. They're just so prettily drawn with the little gems on their heads. So Seven of Cups, definitely talking to that overwhelm. Seven of Cups usually shows up when you have too many options and they're kind of overwhelming you. And maybe not even all the options are necessarily options that are good and they're going to pan out. And the message of Seven of Cups is often focus. So that whole too much of a good thing going on here. Maybe you just got a lot going on and maybe a little difficult to choose what's good for you and what isn't. Got the Star, Hope, line up with that star up there. Got Two of Swords. So yeah, you're definitely having to make some choices as far as the situation goes, and maybe juggling it is a little bit difficult for you. And maybe you're having kind of a hard time deciding which to choose. You're kind of looking for guidance from maybe your spirit guides on this, of like trying to figure out which choices would be the best for you. Got the Sun. Yep, the Sun, some really positive energy. We've got the Moon. Wow, you're just pulling all the arcana here. We got the Knight of Wands, and then we've got the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, I definitely really see this about a choice here. Maybe we've been talking about the fact that there's going to be a lot of good things coming in here, and maybe you'll get a little overwhelmed with them. Maybe you are having to make a choice here, or several choices about which path you're going to take from here on out. Maybe you have to choose between like job offers. Maybe there's multiple romantic partners that you're trying to choose between, whatever the case may be. It looks like you're having to make a choice and kind of like figure out where on your path you're going from here. And maybe that's a little hard for you to make with that Two of Swords. So this Two of Swords card, the juggler is blind and is having to rely on her bird spirits in order to be able to see the knives she's juggling. And so that's kind of that tension and that struggle between what's going on and trying to make a choice and juggle some choices without really being able to see the truth of the situation. And that's definitely speaking to that reverse Queen of Swords over there. And so I'm kind of getting a little bit of advice about that from here. The Sun card and the Moon card. So the Sun talks about the things that make you feel powerful, expressing yourself and your individuality, really striding forward with confidence and knowing who you are and just bringing into the fullness of who you're supposed to be. And the Sun is also representative of the ego as well. And then the Moon card, the Moon card talks about your fears. So your shadow side and the biggest things that you have issues dealing with, and your traumas and your repressed memories and emotions, and the parts of yourself that you've rejected. So interesting, we've got the ego and the subconscious right next to each other. And I'm definitely kind of getting the message that in order to make this choice in a way that makes sense, I'm really seeing that you should follow the things that make you feel confident and passionate and make you feel the most like yourself, while also kind of trying to shed some light on some of your own subconscious traumas and the things that may be driving you and the things that may be making you struggle, and really like understanding your own motivations behind some of your own fears and the ways you may be holding yourself back. And once you've kind of parsed through some of those and the ways become a little more clear to you, just book it. Just go for it. Knight of Wands, striding forward, ahead energy. Don't hold back. Don't double question, double guess your own decisions. Just fucking book it. Pardon my language. Just book it. Just book it. Just go for it. Don't worry about it. Don't hold back. Just make that choice and go, and have confidence in yourself, because it is going to be exactly what you need. And then just Two of Pentacles, again, balance. Making sure you're balancing not just your life, but also balancing your ego and your subconscious, your light and your dark, your, yin and yang. Definitely making sure you're finding balance in all of those things, because balance is going to lead you to the best success and the best outcome in this situation. And then the final card that I've got for you tonight is a message from the Universe card from my Notes of the Universe deck. Find the good in what they said or asked. It's always there, even if they didn't mean for it to be there. Sherlockingly yours, the Universe. P.S. Clues for what you want are hidden all around you. Sometimes the good is hidden. So yeah, maybe that decision you're having to make is a little hard to find the outcome, but it's there. You just have to use your intuition and delve deep into yourself in order to be able to find the answers that you're looking for. So, all right, pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you next time. All right, hello pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. The crystal that you guys chose is this incredible clear quartz cluster. Tongue twister. So I don't know how much you guys can see. I know I always say this, but I don't know how much the camera is picking up on how absolutely stunningly beautiful this crystal is. When I was at the crystal shop, we actually have a wholesaler in Athens that they're amazing. When I saw this on the shelf, I absolutely had to get it. It is so beautiful. I mean, there are tiny little light towers and spikes all over this thing. And it is just, oh my God, it glistens so much. So I love it so much. It is my favorite. So the vibe of this clear quartz cluster here. So clear quartz is a stone that amplifies other crystals. So because it's kind of quartz in its pure state with no imperfections, its big job, it's a huge healing crystal. It's a huge amplifying crystal. It can channel the energy of other crystals. So if you're using, like say I'm using this labradorite and I want it to be amplified, I can use this clear quartz cluster to amplify the power of the labradorite here. So that's really cool. They amplify the energies of other crystals. It also, a cluster like this with many different points is a huge radiator. So it'll radiate energy throughout the whole room. And with this many clusters on it, it's a little bit chaotic and a little bit fanciful, but I definitely am getting really fun as well. So I'm definitely getting for your July 2021 vibes, just really big, chaotic, but also really fun energy, which is really exciting going into your July 2021. So just very chaotic, very fun, very magical, and whimsical. So we're gonna put him up here, put her up there. And we're going to get started with your reading. So the first set of cards that we've got is we have got our Mystic Mondays deck. So these are going to be your tarot cards that are going to kind of tell you about your sort of overall monthly forecast into the month of July. This deck is the deck that I work with when I'm looking for power. So personal power, or maybe where you're giving up your power in a situation. This deck is all about power for me. So that's definitely a huge theme of your July 2021. So I've got King of Pentacles, starting out strong. Some Capricorn vibes, getting that money, being that businessman, whatever you're doing, you are a boss at it. You are confident, you are in your own, you're authoritative, you're powerful, you're bringing in that money, just big billionaire vibes. So whatever it is that you're doing in July 2021, you are working it. We've got Reverse Princess of Wands. Okay, so maybe some confidence issues. So funny because you've got the power of the King of Pentacles, but then you've got maybe some confidence issues going on. Three of Swords. Okay, hold on. We got some stuff going on here. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We've got Seven of Cups in reverse. We've got the Fool. We've got Princess of Pentacles. Give me a second. I'm trying to get all the messages fully laid out here. I'll try to interpret as I go along on certain readings where I can see where the story is going, but sometimes whenever I get a little lost, I try to get it all out first and kind of see what's happening. Okay, so I looked at these a little bit and kind of metabolized the lesson a little bit here. So we have got the King of Pentacles, and I think that's the energy that you want to be. That's the energy that you're seeking. That's kind of what you're going into your month of July hoping for. And maybe that's kind of like what you're walking into the month of July a little bit with, but I do see a lack of confidence here. kind of a struggle to really keep bringing that passion and that drive and that fiery energy. And I see that struggle with passion is coming from some past wounding and past traumas. So I see some heartbreak, I see some wounding and some traumas. I see financial difficulty specifically. And it's interesting because I think this is talking about financial blockages a little bit here and sort of your relationship with money. And so I see that you maybe had some financial trauma going on here, not enough. It was a very scary situation for you. Maybe struggling to put food on the table, struggling to pay bills, just a lot of financial struggle here in your past. And I think that you had some lack of options that restricted your options and your choices and where to go from here, and your ability to choose a good path that was best for you. You maybe were between a rock and a hard place and had to make really tough choices that kind of were very limiting and not the choices that you would have liked to make. And so I definitely see that developed in you a tendency to go towards escapism and fantasy and see a lot of illusions and not really necessarily see the situations for what they were and not really be awake to the reality of the world that was going on around you and being very ungrounded. And so I'm seeing that these past traumas here are creating a blockage towards you having that confidence and that power that you're looking for. And so I definitely see with the Fool here, I definitely see that you really need to... Shedding isn't even the right word. I'm saying that you need to take a leap of faith and that you need to take a jump and you need to leave that past trauma behind. Just not even let it go, just leave. Walk away from that mindset, walk away from those past traumas and understand that they are behind you now and you are in a totally different situation in a totally different world, in a totally different environment completely from those other things. And those issues are not going to haunt you anymore. And just taking this huge leap of faith and just completely walking away from those old past traumas and those old blockages. And really with the Princess of really getting down, just let's get down to business. Just getting down to business, really working on bringing your manifestations into the world. You have a dream, you have a goal, you clearly know what you want with that King of Pentacles energy. You know who you want to be, you know what you want out of life. Just really getting down to business and starting to get really practical and make a lot of progress on bringing your dreams into reality and sort of leaving behind a lot of that escapism and fantasy mindset. Because you can take those magical dreams and make them real in the real world. It's not as hard as you think it is. Just really getting down to business and just really bringing what you want into reality. And doing so is going to cause you this huge High Priestess energy where your intuition's really going to be unlocked and your confidence in yourself is really going to be unlocked. And you are really just going to really fully step into your spiritual power and your ability to understand intuitively where to go next and what to do and who to be and the choices to make, and really just bringing into this incredibly powerful energy into your life. So just, you have to walk away from that blockage. You have to leave it behind completely. You have to just completely almost divorce yourself from it and jump off a cliff and start off in an entirely new direction. And so we're going to pull some more of my astrological oracle cards to kind of get a little bit more about the overall kind of energies of your July 2021. So we've got Scorpio, intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. I'm a Scorpio, definitely working through just purging and renewing and completely changing those old traumas, transmuting them into something completely different and completely new. I think about Saturn a lot as a planet, and the big point of Saturn lessons and going through really traumatic, hard times is that within you, for as difficult of a trauma as you have experienced, within you is an equal potential to become the opposite of that trauma. So if you have experienced financial loss or financial struggles, as poor as you got, that means you have to be the potential to become as rich as you were poor, to go a complete counterweight to the fact that you have been through all of that financial trauma. And so really transmuting and renewing and exposing that negative traumatic energy and turning yourself into this magnate that you always have known you could be. We've got Neptune, dream and transcend. So it's interesting because Neptune is typically the planet associated with illusions and fantasies and a lot of what the Seven of Cups talks about and a lot of what they're cautioning you not to do. But I think what's really interesting about that is I think that dreams and fantasies exist for a reason. It is how art is made and it is how new worlds are created and it is how magic and fantasy end up happening and some of the best things in life are created through dreams. And I think what's important and what this card's trying to tell you here having Neptune is I think you need to relearn how to dream in a way that is healthy. So have those fantasies, have those dreams and those ambitions in a way that is practical and that you can manifest them and that you can create them in real life. Not dreaming for the sake of dreaming with no hope of ever achieving the things that you're looking for, but a healthy kind of dreaming where you're dreaming up the most magical thing in the world so you can turn around and then make it happen to you. So definitely sort of healing your relationship with dreams and fantasizing and coming up with new, wonderful, creative ideas. Got Taurus, trust, patience, and sensuality. That practicality of the Princess of Pentacles, of working on bringing your dreams to real life, but not just working like in the financial realm, like trying to like get your business off the ground or like, you know, improve your finances at your workplace or that kind of thing, but doing it in more of a sensual way, not necessarily sensual as in like romantic, but a sensual way as work on bringing your dreams into reality by all of your dreams, not just trying to bring more money into your life, but also trying to up your quality of life and up your self-care and up the things that make you feel like you enjoy life, the things you enjoy and the things that bring you pleasure and that you make you passionate, whether that's, you know, you really enjoy your dang bath time and like some really good bath bombs, getting yourself some good bath bombs, or like if you have a particular like snack that you really enjoy, like ice cream or like cookies or something, like treating yourself more, just treating yourself more and not just upgrading bringing your dreams into reality of like achieving your goals, but also bringing your dreams into reality of the kind of life that you want to live and the kind of things you want to enjoy and really bringing back in some of that pleasure and sensuality and like a physical sense of like what you're eating and your routine and the way you take care of yourself and the way you treat yourself, that kind of thing. We've got Aquarius, originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings. So I think that's definitely saying that the goal or the dream that you're working on definitely is going to end up having some Aquarius energy or could have some Aquarius energy. So definitely the working on bringing something into the world that will benefit humanity and maybe trying to see, especially with it being next to that Taurus card, maybe trying to see not just stuff that's going to bring you sensuality and enjoyment, you know, into your own personal life just for you, but maybe working on creating a life that's going to benefit other people as well. So whether the work that you're doing with your creative endeavor, you know, whether the work that you're doing benefits others or brings guidance to others, or whether you start doing things in your everyday life of like recycling, like getting around to starting to recycle, or maybe using biodegradable. I know for me, I use a lot of paper plates because my mental health can be a little bit struggle sometimes to get the dishes done all the time, and I'll use like plastic spoons and paper plates. They are now starting to make biodegradable plastic silverware, where it's disposable silverware, but it's biodegradable. So you can actually compost it, and you can actually like if you put it into the trash, it's going to biodegrade way faster. Stuff like that, of starting to buy biodegradable things, or recycle more, or start a compost pile, or do stuff that's going to benefit humanity at large, or donating towards a charity or something. Just making life changes in your own life. I'm trying to go lower waste and maybe use reusable bags at the store, like things like that. Just trying to have a positive impact on your life, you know, as you're basically, I'm just getting the huge message. You need to start living the life that you want to live in the future now, because by living the life you want to live in the future now, you start welcoming and ushering that future in. You start literally manifesting it by living it, and you welcome more of that energy in, because the energy that you're in is the energy that will be coming to you. Next, we have got my Enchanted Map Oracle cards. These are going to talk a little bit about how July is going to fit into your overall story of 2021 that you're telling. So we've got Magic Prayer. We've got Home in Reverse. We've got Sad Embrace. And we've got Heal the Ouch. So with Magic Prayer, this card is talking about how Spirit is going to bring you what you desire. Maybe you've been, you've obviously been working towards some sort of goal or some sort of life for yourself, and Spirit is going to bring you all of those things. And so it's definitely talking about letting go and trusting Spirit, that Spirit is going to bring you those rewards and that kind of life, because clearly the kind of life you want for yourself is one that's beautiful and magical, and something that brings satisfaction to yourself and for others. And that is a noble dream that Spirit is not going to just let pass you by. We've got Home in Reverse. So Home in Reverse is talking about, if you don't feel at home, start working on changing your home. So definitely building that life that you dream for yourself, starting to take action towards creating a life that you, in a home that you want for yourself. But also the guidebook actually talks about taking care of the world around you and being, you know, environmentally friendly. So definitely with that advice, with the Aquarius card of maybe trying to recycle more, getting like the silverware and everything like I was talking about, that kind of stuff. We've got Sad Embrace. So Sad Embrace, definitely you need to work through those traumas that you've experienced around finances and around the things that you've gone through. Work through that grief and work through those feelings and that brokenheartedness and that betrayal. Because in working through that, you will clear the way for Spirit to make more room in your life and heal the ouch. So you are definitely about to be entering a huge period of healing and of releasing the pain that you've been through, and Spirit is definitely on your side, bringing healing into your life, bringing love, bringing light, just overall a very positive healing message here. So we're going to get to the last few of your cards. So we've got some of the Work Your Light Oracle deck here. So we got some more advice and messages from those. We've got the Ever Unfolding Rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So yeah, definitely the things that you have been through, they have happened to you for a reason, and they have happened for you. And everything moving forward into your life from here on out, it all happens for you, not to you. They were all pre-planned. They were all lessons you were meant to learn, and in situations you were meant to be in to grow into the person that you are becoming, and learning to integrate and accept those grief and those grievances as something beneficial versus something heartbreaking, I think is going to be a huge step for you guys. Starseed, what lights you up? So definitely tapping into that magic, that joy, really starting to just tap into the things that make you excited, make you happy. We've got Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. So yeah, the universe is conspiring for you, and conspiring for your best outcome, and conspiring for your future. And there is definitely magic being worked here in your life and in your situation and everything going on for you. And then we've got your guidance is divinely guided. So yeah, definitely seeking out the paths that Spirit wants you to walk and the places that Spirit is leading you to go will be a huge thing for you in July, and trusting that and trusting where you're going and working through a lot of those trust issues and those wounds. And so the last really big pull that we've got here, we do have my white Numen deck to have sort of a mystery message. Sometimes my white Numen deck is a little bit spicy and wants me to read him, but not know in particular why. So we're going to kind of find this out as we go along. We've got the King of Cups. The King of Cups. We got the Devil. Okay. We've got the Four of Wands. We've got the Chariot. Got the King of Swords. Got the Empress. And we've got the Page of Wands. So I think what's really interesting about this to me is this, I think, is very much talking about the path you've been on up until now. I think you were a person that was very emotionally mature and definitely like in handle of their emotions, and definitely like knew who you were and knew what you were about and knew what you were pursuing. And I see that big traumatic event that happened in your life coming in and just messing you up, just head to toe, wrecking and ruining your life. And I really see it just really turning you upside down and leaving a bunch of mental and emotional trauma on you. And I see with the Four of Wands, I see someone coerced you into a situation, and whether in your life, whether that was a parental figure dragging you into somewhere, someone did you dirty and led you into a situation that was difficult. And so I see that the Chariot, I see you really trucked it out of there when you realized that it was not good for you. You really booked it. You struck out on your own in a new direction. And I see that really became a big thing for you, and you became very intellectual. But maybe that wasn't necessarily a good thing. Maybe just a hyper intellectual, you use your logic to push through life. But it seems like you really lately have been tapping into your spirituality and tapping into your abundance energy and really working on overcoming and working through a lot of those types of things in your life. And now I think you're the Page of Wands. If you're set to go out on this journey, and maybe you're feeling a little underprepared, and maybe you're feeling a little spooked, but really nothing but exciting things are waiting for you here. And just a whole new journey is ahead of you. And I think that that Fool energy, you are really about to launch off into something really amazing and wonderful, and really pursuing that goal and that dream that you've really got settled in your heart there. So very last thing I've got for you is one last card, your note from the universe. So ever wonder what would make life's fleeting pain and sorrow totally and unquestionably worth it? How about living forever, wildly in love and loved wildly? You have so much to look forward to, the universe. You've got time. So yeah, maybe with all the things you've experienced, maybe you're worried that you wasted a lot of time. And I think that this is definitely telling you that you've got all the time in the world. You've got all the time in the world to heal, to become the person you're meant to be. And you got this in general, and the best days of your life are ahead. So thank you, pal number 3. That was your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time.